These foul beings, these absolutely horrid and disgusting skaven slaves, they must be brought to the justice of the Wild Hunt in the name of the god KURNOUS, hunted to the last man if possible. What am I saying? Man? Not even worthy of such a name. You agree as well, my lovely wife? Indeed I do, husband. By ISHA'S will, we shall bring them to their knees by the wrath of nature's fury. Yes, let it be so. Bring the Wild Hunt onto them.
Ever ready. For kings, wild riders, hunters. ISHA'S fury.
ISHA'S fury indeed. Death shall come. Call upon the horn of KURNOUS.
Wild riders, to war!
No survivors. No mercy. Only death.
Armed and ready!
And only vengeance.
Queen Ariel! Come back! I will crush them!
You dare challenge me? You think yourself worthy? By ISHA'S grace, I bless thee, husband.
Wild riders! Battle! For Lady Ariel! Dread Queen of Light! Quell Isha!
No mercy for those that harm ISHA'S will.
Swiftly! Ride, sons of KURNOUS!
Run them all down if you can. Leave nothing alive. And if there be anything alive, let them only exist to tell the fury of the Queen and her dear grand desire for vengeance. But not this one. His head will be telling enough of the Queen's wrath. One final view for the survivors
Trample them!
of the slaughter of the Skaven, as the Grand Hunt takes their prey in its jaws, sharp fangs, salivating more. Nothing but fury and death await for the protection of the life of the most sacred forest.
Cain calls!
Cain and KURNOUS shall be pleased by the offerings made to the forests of Athalorin. Torment that one as much as you like. It will surely please the gods. Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I may have gotten a little bit crazy over there. Yeah, a little bit crazy. Totally not. Okay, I may as well be out with it. So, you may have been wondering why I decided to host a little bit of a ISHA'S battle as they slaughtered a bunch of Skaven slaves. That may have just been a bit of an issue where YouTube suspended my channel, basically, to put it lightly, permanently. And you might be wondering, what was the reason for it? Well, it was because of how they put it, nudity and sexual content, but let me explain so that I don't look like a complete porn star slut. I mean, I am both of those things, but, anyway, just let me explain. So, what was it that they considered, nudity and sexual content, that would have been outside of their policy? Well, it was not me making any sexual videos. I mean, there were videos about sex, but those actually were from gameplay videos involving visual novels that involve gay men. Those were the only things that I could possibly assume were about, sexual content and nudity. So, they have a policy that involved, not featuring any of those things, unfortunately, or things that would involve sexual gratification. And on part of that, I can kind of understand. But, at the same extent, I censored those scenes, anything that showed any privates or anything that showed anything that was inappropriate. I censored those things, and I restricted those videos to 18 and up viewers only. But, as we all know, YouTube does not really care about that. Or, at the very least, they unequally care about that kind of thing, as we already know. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's pretty uneven, and let's just say I needed to take a little bit of frustration about that. So, basically, it also kind of happened because I was monetizing my channel a little bit, so you know what? Lesson learned. Do not monetize your channel, or YouTube will most certainly want to try and pummel the shit out of you if you're not big enough, which I was not. So basically, I watched years of work to get 2.5k subscribers just go down the drain just because of my visual novel games, which were not a problem at first, but then suddenly, just because I was desperate enough to monetize my channel and thought I needed some money, YouTube decided to fuck me over. So you know what, YouTube? If you do not want me to monetize, fine, I won't. But I'm still going to be making videos, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing visual novel games, at least for a while, if they involve, if the focus is on dating men or anything like that, because, well, I am gay, so I'm not really going to be interested in, you know, women or dating women or anything like that. But yeah, I was kind of interrupted in a few series about that, and one of those was actually my Heralds of Ariel campaign, which I was doing very well in. I was enjoying that a lot because things were going so well, and I really enjoyed the rework of the ISHA'S campaign, and I talked about how much I love the ISHA'S, and apparently YouTube does not care if I do other things other than those visual novel games as well, because I did do other things. I did Warhammer 2 Total War. I have done Apex Legends. I have done League of Legends. And I also plan on doing other games. I've actually been scrounging around a little bit for some of my favorite games back in the day, like, well, oh god, I sound like an old person. So, there were games that I enjoyed, like Dragon Age Inquisition I looked around for. Dark Tide I was interested in for introducing people to the 40k, to the Warhammer 40k scene, because I showed a lot of interest in Warhammer Fantasy, and I introduced a lot of my fans to Warhammer Fantasy. But now this seemed like a game where I could introduce them to 40k. It seemed pretty fun, similar to Vermintide, but I never got that, and I felt like it would have been too late for me to just get on that scene. But, you know. Anyway, so, yeah, I did other things other than the visual novel games, and I still kind of find it pretty stupid that I would have my account suspended just for having 18 and up content, and it was very disappointing, and I will admit, depressing, to deal with the suspension of my account just because of that. When I did everything I could, I censored the nudity, I censored the sexual content, and I censored exactly who was allowed to see it. By their age. I made sure that anyone who was of legal age would be able to see those videos, but obviously, again, YouTube did not care, so now I'm just kind of building things up from the ground up again. Hopefully it won't take as long as it did last time, but I am certainly going to be trying my best, and if you guys are old fans of mine that just happened to notice that I came back on the scene, I really appreciate you coming back, and I'm sorry for the disappointment that I won't be doing visual novels, at least for a while. But yeah, that's basically the situation. I just don't want to lose my account again, basically, is what's going on. And don't worry, you won't be seeing any ads at all from this channel, because I'm not going to be trying to monetize or anything, or because that's what canceled my last channel, and I realized that, well, even when I was monetizing, I wasn't even paid a single cent, so even though I had ads running on my channel, I wasn't paid, and it was in their contract that they were allowed to not pay me if they saw anything they didn't like. They did see things that they didn't like, and thus they suspended my channel, so I'm not going to be paid for it, so, yeah, even though I had ads playing on my channel, didn't matter. I tried to follow the rules, didn't matter. So, basically, I'm just gonna definitely be on here and just say, fuck you, YouTube. Because at the very least, I am allowed to say that, since I am not monetized. And I'm also allowed to swear as much as I want, so, fuck you, YouTube, and your corporation in the way that you decide to handle things just because I happen to feature gay content, because we all know you're more than happy to show some of that hetero porn, but if it happens to be any kind of involvement with gay sex, oh, now there you're gonna have a problem with. I just happened to notice that little bit of a inequality, so YouTube, I definitely want to say that, and it's even more frustrating, not just because of the inequality of how they're going to punish people, but also just the fact that this is a punishment in the first place, because they have YouTube Kids for people who are not of the consenting age for mature content. And they have the option to only have things viewed by mature audiences. So the fact that I am punished for having mature content, and I restrict those videos to mature audiences, and I censor the videos that are meant for mature audiences, even so, that just didn't mean anything, and it just frustrates me to no end that I would lose my entire channel, lose all of those years of work that I had, and just lose all of those memories and all of those times that I had. Everything that I had, it's just gone. So, yes, this video basically sums up how I feel, down to the very last drop. So, with this cup of wine, I know it's in a mug, but it is wine in here. I have the bottle to prove it, if you are so inclined for me to prove it. In fact, I'm gonna do it right now, just cause.
So here it is. Here's a bottle of wine. It's still open, and as you could see, I don't know, maybe you could tell, yes, there is some wine missing, and it is in this cup. I obviously can't show it to the cam. I can only show the cup, but I can't show the liquids inside without possibly ruining my computer. Maybe? Yeah, I'm not gonna attempt that because that's gonna ruin my laptop, and that would only add even more to the misery that I feel. But yes. So, that's the situation I'm in. I'm just starting over from a clean slate for the most part, but I am the Shattered Reaper. I am back, and I'm going to make sure I stay back, and I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that I stay where I belong. If YouTube happens to suspend this account again, or whatever, I don't know if there's much I can do, but at the same time, I am here, and while I'm here, I am going to voice my opinions however I wish. So, you know, just saying. Anyway, hope you guys at least enjoyed the little slaughterfest that I brought, and that'll be all. So, love all of my Death Disciples from the bottom of my heart, and if you're new here, then welcome to the temple, welcome to the cult. Anyway, see all of you later. Bye!